हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे हरे कृष्ण. So we were discussing from Prabhupada's purport the facility that is given to living entity. And one important thing is if we remember our uh, what all types of enjoyment we made, then we understand that actually we didn't really enjoy anything in this. Means there's nothing much to enjoy because all the enjoyments which we have done many times. Say so, then we will immediately feel some sort of distaste in the things of this world. That's actually what happened to Jadabharat. So he remembered his past life. So immediately he was detached. He said, "Oh, these all things I enjoyed previously. So what is the fun?" But for us, we are not able to remember. So there was one uh, sage named Jigishava. So he was asked by Aviteya, he is another sage. So he asked Jaishavya that what is your realization of this material world? And Jaishavya, he happened to live 10 Brahmas life. That means he saw 10 Brahmas. That much time he is staying in this material world. One Brahma stays 311 trillion 40 billion years. And like that, he stayed for 10 Brahmas. So, can you imagine? And he says, after staying all this time, I got only one realization that there is only pain in this material world, there is no pleasure. So, this is the realization, he says. Now, we may say, okay, and another thing he says is pain is the companion of living entity. This is also very important because companion means it stays for long time. If we see what we have in this world, pain is staying more time with us than pleasure also in this world because pain is considered the companion. And this detachment helps us to practice bhakti very nicely. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us. He came to give us this Vairagya Vidya. So there should be some distaste. He said, "Oh, this I already did." Like now, children are playing with toys. They're very happy. Now, if somebody comes and gives toys to us, now you play. We say, "What will I play with the toys?" For children, it is like such a big important thing. For us, the pleasure should become like that. The For us, the cars, houses, and all the things, material things, they should also look like toys. What will I enjoy in these things? Then it is easy. So this, whatever we have, all the karma and all these things in this world, they are not meant for enjoyment anymore. This understanding will help us to make progress very fast. So there should be distaste, and also mm, we should know that by enjoying we are more implicating ourselves. This is also very important. By enjoying we are implicating ourselves. We should not continue enjoying and implicate ourselves. We should practice some sort of detachment. This is, why should I enjoy anymore? Let it be, I have enjoyed many lifetimes. Let me do it for Krishna now. Let me serve Krishna. So this determination should be there. Enough is enough. I don't want anymore. And we make very fast progress like that. So that is the system. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us to help us to come out of this. Yeah, so that is what Lord is coming to give us this understanding. So we are very fortunate, and here we have seen very heavy purports by Prabhupada because this is actually what King Puranjana is doing. He's getting completely captivated by the illusion of like faith. So he considered woman to his ultimate life and soul. So that is where the problem comes. So then there is this is a basic principle of material attachment. In such a condition, one cannot realize his own self or the supreme personality of God. So physical, emotional, all the things is highly caught up. And then the heart is the bedstead, and it is the most valuable bedstead. So when a man thinks of woman and money, he lies down and rests on the arms of his beloved woman or wife. In this way, he overindulges in sex life and thus becomes unfit for self-realization. This is actually what is happening to the most of the people. They may not have attachment, but this is also one more thing which I wanted to touch today. Like people may feel that okay, if you are attached, that is good thing. No, that is sinful life also. We were discussing like person may say that I am not attached, like hippies. Hippies were detached, but that type of detachment is not correct. That didn't help them to practice consciousness for a long time. If you see, they because they are detached, they were uh, they were detached, but it is not satoguna. It is in tamoguna. So that's why they could not. The culture did not support. Many people came to Krishna consciousness, but they couldn't practice. But when Prabhupada preached in India, so Prabhupada preached in India, then he many of the Indians took and they all maintained it because in India the culture is there. So culture what? There is detachment, but that is in a proper way. So nowadays people are they are saying that they are living a sinful life in the corporate world. People are living a very sinful life. They say we don't have attachment to anything, that they are so enjoying all sorts of sense gratification, showing that I am not attached to anything. But that is tamoguna detachment. It won't change the heart, or it won't. Even if they come to Krishna consciousness, they will not be able to do anything for themselves good. They cannot continue for a long time. It won't support like that. So this is very important. So the people have to enter into family life, take the responsibility fully, and then come out of it. That's the process. So it is not I will jump. So some people who are who already got some realization from past life, they may do it, but not everybody. Like say say somebody practiced in past life, he did all the family life properly, then he practiced bhakti, he got some detachment, but he didn't complete. So next life he will be born, and then he may be very much interested in brahmacharya life or live in a celibate life, and then he practices. He has completed that. So that is that. But if he is doing sense gratification, then it is not correct. So we have to understand this important difference. They are from detachment in and proper detachment. So grihastha life is a good facility for him. So here family life, it is developing proper emotions. So these proper emotions are very important. So then this will turn into, then he will, his heart is, then he will give up his selfishness. So this is a selfish life. This detachment is selfish. But here he gives up his selfish life because he works for the family, and then he works for his real self. But this does not happen unless Guru comes in picture here. So otherwise he will just remain, and this becomes another selfishness. So he will start thinking my family, and all. Again, he will become self-centered because of the. Then Prabhupada says extended extended selfishness. This is, but real self, that is Prahlad Maharaj says that nate vidu swarda gatim hi Vishnu. That is our swarda, real self. So for that we need a guru. So in a family life, guru is not there, then he will remain a selfish. Then not only selfish, he will be envious also. So envious householders. This is the most of the. If anybody who says I and mine, there is envy. So how we know whether we have envy or not? It is default setting, because if I think something is mine and I and mine is selfishness, and that causes I mine, it is selfishness and envy. So this is the default. Like I will always consider mine, then I start comparing with others. This is like the setting of family life. That's why they are told two important responsibilities for a grahastha is, one is giving charity, second is performing sacrifice. So that means for devotees, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra as sacrifice, and giving charities, bring devotees to home and feed prasadam. These two things they are doing, then they will be free from envy very fast. So that is the setting. Now here the great sage, now from here onwards the system, the problem starts. So if a person lives like that, see what is it, this section is applicable for us also, but only advantage is we are not attached to what is happening here, then we'll not have problem. So this section where the death is old age and death. So this is the section of old age and death, how it is attacking us. So attack of old age and death. Only thing is this is going to affect us also, come to us also, but how much it will affect us or not depends on our intensity of practice. Will it affect or not? We all have to prepare also. So how much we did sadhana depends on how much we are not affected or not. See, at a level of big gurus and sannyasis also, this is where they will also get. It is very difficult for them also. So we are no exception. We have to know that this is going to happen to us, and we have to face it. So now Uh, the great sage Nara then addressed King Pashini Parshad. Oh, one whose lifespan is great, Virata. In this way, King Puranjana begetted 1100 sons within the womb of his wife Puranjani. However, in this business, he passed away half of his lifespan. In this verse, there is several significant words. The first of which is called Ekadasha Satani. Puranjana begotten 1100 sons within the womb of his wife, and thus passed away half of his life. Actually, every man follows a similar process. If one lives for 100 years at the utmost in his lifespan, he simply begets children up to the age of 50. Of course, now some calculations are for different times, so now you can just recalibrate. Unfortunately, at the present moment, people do not live even 100 years. Nonetheless, they beget children up to the age of 60. Another point is that formerly people used to beget 100 or 200 sons and daughters, as will be evident from the next verse. King Puranjana begetted only 1100 sons, but also 110 daughters. I was thinking, what is the capacity? Means how powerful must be the woman, because she should be able to handle that much pain and other things. Whatever, I don't know, but at the present moment, no one can produce such huge quantity of children. Instead, mankind is very busy checking the increase of population by contraceptive methods. We do not find in Vedic literatures that they ever used contraceptive methods, although they were begetting hundreds of children. Checking population by contraceptive methods is another sinful activity. No, this is now people may not agree with Prabhupada, but Prabhupada is telling the truth. This is a, and as soon as we enjoy, this sinful mentality is default. This is a default setting, and We want to enjoy means there will be sinful mentality. We may go for even killing people, killing child in the womb. This is a default. That's why more children died in the womb of mother than even World War One and Two also. Every day, hundreds of I don't know, maybe thousands also. Children are dying in the womb of mother every day. So can you imagine? Even the wars we have here, very few. There are people are dying in the wars. They are in thousands. But the latest war was Israel and Hamas war. Some 60,000 people died. That too a span of like 2 years. But every day, so many thousand people are children are dying in the womb. But in this age of Kali, people have become so sinful that they do not care for resultant reactions of their sinful life. And that is why people say, Array, oh, see, my father was, my mother and father were telling, Array, if Hindu should beget more children, otherwise other people population are increasing. I told, who told all these things? See, this is all Krishna's arrangement. People are so sinful. I told, see, people, they're killing cows. I told, how are they getting cows? Who are selling them the cows? This community people, they say, we kill cows, but who are giving us cows? Hindus only sell cows to us. When the cow become old, they are selling to us and then we are killing. So the point is, uh, people are sinful. The Hindus, you keep anybody. People are doing sinful activities. They say we don't have so many cows. Cows are given by Hindus only. And India is the biggest exporter of beef. So this is the situation. We are killing so many cows and we are killing so many children in the womb. So we need to get reactions. That's why pollutions and then all these corona diseases, wars and all. So we see very sinful activities. Prabhupada King Puranjana laid down with his wife Puranjani and begotten a large number of children. And there is no mention in this verse that he used contraceptive methods. According to Vedic scriptures, the contraceptive method should be restrained in sex life. It is not that one should indulge in unrestricted sex life and avoid children by using some methods to check pregnancy. If a man is in good consciousness, he consults with his religious wife, and as a result of this consultation with intelligence, one advances in his ability to estimate the value of life. In other words, if one is fortunate enough to have a good, uh, conscientious wife, he will decide by mutual consultation that human life is meant for advancing in Krishna consciousness, not for begetting a large number of children. Children are called parinama or byproducts, and when one consults his good intelligence, he can see that his byproduct should be the expansion of his Krishna consciousness. So, very nice point Prabhupada is telling that it should not be one consults his good intelligence. So wife should be very good. So that's very fortunate people have this opportunity. So he says that a man in good consciousness he consults with his religious wife. See, wife should be religious. Husband is spiritual, wife will become spiritual. That's all. So that only training that is given for wife in Vedic culture is to make her religious. Of course, these all not apply now because there is man and woman they are on same category now. So that's but in general that was a standard. Some percentage we can add little bit now. But religious wife is the most important thing. She will, as a result, this consultation with intelligence, one advances in his ability to estimate the value of life. So this is what Prabhupada is trying to help us understand. So we just understand how important this human form of life, just having a good consultation. That means this is what is called buddhi. So we discussed this part also. Uh, that buddhi is consciousness, conscious buddhi is also wife. Because she is also conscious, that means you have good buddhi. And wife is also considered to be minister. So dharmic wife. So she is considered to be minister because she gives consultancy. But if her consultancy should be spiritual. King O Prajapati, King Prachni Barhi, in this way, King Puranjana also begatted 110 daughters. All of these were equally glorified like the father and mother. Their behavior was gentle, and they possessed magnanimity and other good qualities. Otherwise, children begotten under the rules and regulations of scripture generally become as good as father and mother, but children being born illegitimately becomes Varana Shankara. So this is the problem. Varnashankara population is irresponsible to family, community, and even to themselves. Formerly, the Varnashankara population was checked by observation of reformatory methods called Garbhadana Samskara, a child begetting religious ceremonies. In this verse, we find that although King Puranjana had begotten so many children, they were not Varnashankara. All of them were good, well behaved children and they had good qualities like their father and mother. So, in general, this principle works. There are exceptions, like Prabhuji was telling in the previous session for Bhaktivinoda Thakur or Advaita Acharya. But like King Vena had Anga. But if you see, there is some reason behind it. For Anga to get Vena, there is his mother was responsible. So that time there was very clear distinction like that. And for Gandhari, she is such a chaste lady. Why did she get Duryodhana then? Because she is counted as one of the chaste ladies. Mother is responsible for the child. The reason is because she became insecure when Yudhishthir was born first to Kunti. Because of that insecurity, she hit her womb with the fist and the fetus comes out. And because that not only just hit, it also gave a psychological blow to Duryodhana. So he was always feeling that insecurity. Even though he had everything from childhood, he was always in the palace with all the facilities. Still, he lived with that insecurity. That means how much responsible the child in mother and father are when the child is in the womb, especially mother. So, and these sanskaras are also in that's what Arjuna is also worried when he's telling, Are Jayate Varna Shankara. If I kill all the men, women will become polluted and then we get Varna Shankara. So, in general, that principle applies. Like if a man and woman they have really practiced so much Sattva and they perform the ceremonies, proper rituals and all, then definitely they will get 99%, they will get very sattvic child. Whether he will become a devotee or not, that's a different question. But at least the Sattaguna he will have that effect because that type of soul is attracted into the womb. So that is how the system works. That is a system, but Lord has some other plan. He want to purify in some particular way and reach how to surrender more. Because in general, the principle in this world is we make maximum progress in pain than pleasure. Like whenever we had some problems in our life, that is the time we made maximum progress. If you look back in your life, in all of our life, we can see this very clearly. Pain makes us make progress. So Krishna knows that this fellow, if he gets good children, then he may become very proud, and then he may not take to and instead of practicing properly, he will just be proud that I have a good child, I have a good child, and that may increase his pride, and he may go away from Krishna consciousness. We have seen also this one devotee, he was a temple president in ISKCON, and his son was a very learned, big pandit, and he was like, I will, you may be knowing, I don't want to tell the name, but he was a very, very learned scholar, and no, people were so much appreciating, and the father was also, he is temple president actually, in ISKCON. Got such a wonderful child, very learned. But what happened? Then he started finding faults in Prabhupada and even Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and he went to different parampara only. He was such a learned that when he only quotes sloka after sloka, and we were in Pune that time. How many classes we were hearing from him? Continuous and spellbound classes, the type of classes which he used to give and all. Really, very all over India, he was very famous. But suddenly, what happened? He gave up. So now the father also gave up. So this is what is the risk. You get too good qualified also. That may be risk. Krishna knows. He may not give. So he may give. But Sattaguna will definitely come if person practices this. So even though we may produce many good children, our desire for sex, which is beyond the prescribed method, is to be considered sinful. This is very important. Our desire is beyond the prescribed method is to be considered sinful. Too much enjoyment of any of the senses, not only sex, results in sinful activities. Anything too much is sinful. But like nowadays, people they are not even understanding what is sinful. Like yesterday, I was meeting one devotee friend. He was telling, "Oh, Prabhuji, because in front of him there is a function hall. The function hall just rent itself is 16 lakh rupees." And then he was telling Prabhuji, one of this person, of my colleague, he performed the marriage there, and 2 crores they spent on reception. He told. And then he said they booked two function hall, and one hall is only for drinking alcohol. I was thinking we generally have to call some very good people, saintly people, and very elderly people, and all well wishers for the marriage so that they give blessings to the couple. And thus, blessings will protect them to continue in the family life very nicely. So, generally, that is the main thing. You call all the relatives, friends, and request them give us blessings. Nowadays, people don't understand why they are doing. Array, instead of bringing some good people who will bless you, you are bringing some drunkards. 3,000 people came to drink in that party. I thinking you are calling some drunkards for your marriage. What type of blessing they will give? Such a foolishness. And then you show so much of what you say. They show so much. Opulence and all these things, and people become envious of your show. They are not given to bless you. You want people to come and bless, but you show off so much, and then that makes people become envious. So what is blessings you are getting? They give return gifts and all, that is good, but so much of show off is also not good. You are not attracting blessings, we are attracting negativity. And then after big grand your marriage, then the after 3 months, then the problem starts when to take divorce. So but if you get proper blessings and all, it will remain. In any circumstances, they can nicely cooperate and stay. So people don't understand only what is sinful. So therefore, one has to become a Swami or Goswami at the end of his life. One may beget children up to the age of 50, but after 50, one must stop begetting children and should accept the Vanaprastha order. In this way, he must leave home and then become a sannyasi. A sannyasi's title is Swami or Goswami, which means that he completely refrains from sense enjoyment. One should not accept the sannyas order whimsically. He must be fully confident that he can restrain his desires for sense gratification. King Puranjana's family life was, of course, very happy. As mentioned in this verse, he begoted 1100 sons and 110 daughters. Everyone desires to have more sons than daughters, and since the number of daughters are less than number of sons, it appears that King Puranjana's family life was very comfortable and pleasing. So this is in India at least there is still that desire is there to have more sons than daughters. I don't know about West, but in India still it is there. सपाञ्चालापतिपुत्रान् पितृवंशाभिवर्धना धारै सम्मोजनामासा धृहित्रा सदृशैर्वरै. After this, King Puranjana, king of the Panchala country, in order to increase the descendants of his parental family, married his sons with qualified wives and married his daughters with qualified husbands. According to Vedic system, everyone should marry. So one has to accept a wife because a wife will produce children, and the children in turn will offer foodstuffs and funeral ceremonies so that the forefathers, wherever they may live, will be made happy. The offerings and oblations in the name of Vishnu is called Pindodaka, and it is necessary that the descendants of a family offer Pinda to the forefathers because that is one of the debt we have. So we have to offer, but if we chant Hare Krishna, they will be benefited. Not only was Puranjana the king of Panchala satisfied his own sex life, but he also but he arranged for the sex life of his 111 sons and 110 daughters. 1100 sons and 110 daughters. In this way, one can elevate an aristocratic family to the platform of a dynasty. It is significant in this verse that Puranjana got both sons and daughters married. It is the duty of a father and mother to arrange for marriage of their sons and daughters. That is the obligation in Vedic society. Sons and daughters should not be allowed freedom to intermingle with opposite sex unless they are married. This Vedic social organization is very good in that it stops the promulgation of illicit sex life or Varna Shankara, which appears under the different names in this present day. Unfortunately, in this age, although the father and mother are anxious to get their children married, the children refuse to get married by the arrangement of the parents. Consequently, the number of Varna Shankaras have increased throughout the world under different names. So, this is the present problem in the society. They have to, so this is blessings. People are not understanding the importance of blessings. They are not understanding the value of prayers. So that's why there is another problem. So पुत्राणां च भवं पुत्रा एकैकस्य सतं सतं यैर्वै पुरञ्जनो वंशै पाञ्चालेषु समेदितः. I was thinking you have 1100 children. To remember the names only is difficult for us. So, if you see, you recognize, you know that he's your son, but what name? You have 1100 sons. You may confuse because everybody looks. So, of these many sons, each produced hundreds and hundreds of grandsons. In this way, the whole city of Panchala became overcrowded of the sons and grandsons of King Puranjana. We must remember, Puranjana is the living entity and the city's Panchala is the body. Body is a field of activity for living entity, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Kshetra, Kshetrajna. These are two constituents. One is living entity, Kshetrajna, another is the body of the living entity, which is Kshetra. So this body is like a place, and the Kshetrajna is the knower of the body. So that's the difference between AI and living humans. Artificial intelligence is kshetraj, but there is no kshetrajna. There is a knower of the field is not there in artificial intelligence. Any living entity can know that he is covered by the body if he only contemplates that body a little bit. Just with a little contemplation, he can come to the understanding to come to understand that the body is his possession. One can understand this by practical experience and by the authority of the Shastras. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Dehinosmi Nitade. The proprietor of body, the soul is within the body. Body is taken as Panchala Desha, field of activity. And then all these senses and with all the sense objects and all in this material world, a person is covered with all these things and then he performs his activities. So there are two kinds of actions and reactions, namely pious and impious. So all these children are his reactions of his work. So Narottam Das Thakur says, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Kevala Vishayera Amrita Balaya Yade Yabhe Kahaya Nana Yoni Sada Fire Kadriya Bhakshana Kari Tara Janmadha Pateyaya. Fruitive activities and mental speculation are simply uh, cups of poison. So both fruitive activities also and mental speculation also. Whoever drinks, that means karma and jnana, whoever drinks them, think them to be nectar, must struggle very hard, life after life in different types of bodies. Such a person eats all kinds of nonsense and becomes condemned by his activities of so called sense enjoyment. Thus, the field of action and reaction by which one's descendants are increased begins with sex life. Puranjana the increased his whole family by begetting sons, who in their turn beget grandsons. Thus, the living entity being inclined towards sexual gratification becomes involved in many hundreds and thousands of actions. So, these children are considered to be the karma phala, the reactions. And so, this is hundreds involved in hundreds and thousands of action. So, here the children are compared to karma. We are creating so many karmic reactions. So in this way, he remains within this material world simply for purpose of sense gratification and transmigration. So these are the four things for our karma. I will just tell this part. It is very important to remember all the time. So we have prarabdha karma or sanchitya karma, aprarabdha, are also called sanchitya karma. This is sanchitya karma. And then we have Kutam, Bijam, and Prarabdha. So this is how the what Rupa Goswami is explaining. So this is like a full go down. This is like ocean or go down or anything or ocean. That is the accumulation of all our karmas from all the lifetimes. And this Kutam is a small heap of karma. So Bijam is the seed and which fructifies as prarabdha, that this lifetime. So this is bijam is not one seed. Like say you take a heap of it, and in that you take a cup of water. You have a big ocean, and this is like a barrel, and then this is like a cup, and which cup of water that is for this lifetime. So bijam is which is going to come for this lifetime, which comes is which is already this life result. So now when we start bhakti, first time when we chanted with full faith, we have burnt this, we have lit fire in the Godon. So this is actually what happens. So immediately Krishna burns this karmani nirdahati. So start chanting with pure devotional faith. So immediately this got burnt. So this we should understand. So this part is not there for devotees. Whoever is having pure devotional faith. Then these two things they also start going. So it all kramena eva faliyate. So then this kutam goes then bijam, then prarabdha. So this is the last one. Prarabdha goes the last. So prarabdha has the three aspects. So first is the body part or the what is a kula. What kula we are one, what caste we are one. Caste in the sense what is type of mentality. Animals will behave like animals. Brahmana will become Brahmana. Kshatriya will become Kshatriya. So this is the last prarabdha course. And then we have other things also here: pleasure, pain, and facilities. So now pleasure, pain, and facilities that also immediately changes. Only this part, but very intensely it goes. Even this also can be changed. What Kapil, Devhuti says to Kapil Dev that a person perform bhakti, even a dog eater, Chandala, he also becomes qualified to perform yajna. That means even this aspect is also changing for him. So this should be understood. So this is the system that Lord arranged. So all these things are going to burn. But the analogy that is given is when this will go. This is a very interesting analogy. What Jiva Goswami gives, that you have a needle and you are piercing a lotus, and lotus has 1,000 petals. So now, how much time it takes to pierce a lotus with 1,000 petals needle? It's not much time, because just within very short time you can pierce. But uh, if the needle is small, then it takes time. So if needle is sufficiently big, at a time you all can pierce, and then you will not find which is the beginning, which is the end. Everything will go at a time. Prarabdha, Kutam, Bijam, Aprar, everything will be vanished in no time if the needle is sufficient. So what is this needle? The intensity of practice. So intensity of practice. So this is actually what we have to understand. We have to know that with what intensity a person is practicing, to the degree he can be free from this karma part. So that he should understand. So it is like piercing the lotus. It does not take much time, but it takes time because of needle is small. That means our intensity of practice is less, like that. So in this way, a person he remains within this material world simply for the purpose of sense gratification and transmigration from one body to another. His process of reproduction, so many sons and grandsons, results in so-called societies, nation, communities, and so on. All these communities, societies, dynasties, and nations simply expand from sex life. See? Very important. Communities, societies, dynasties, nations. Their expansion of sex life only proposes. As stated by Prahlad Maharaj, Yanmaitunadi grahame sukam hitucham. So everybody is heavy. Kapil Dev, I thought is so heavy. And here we are seeing Puranjan section is very heavy. Next come Bharat Maharaj section, that is the Rishabh gives very heavy instructions. After that, Jadabharat comes, he gives very heavy instructions. And sixth canto also, we get very heavy instructions. And seventh Prahlad is also giving. So everybody, and eighth, ninth, every canto we have somebody who is going to give very heavy things. So here also. Grahamedi is one who wants to remain within this material existence. This means that he wants to remain within this body of society and enjoy friendship, love, and community. His only enjoyment is in increasing the number of sex enjoyers. So he enjoys sex and produces children, who in turn marry and produce children. The children also marry and in the turn produce great grandchildren. In this way, the entire earth. I see some of my relatives, like I'll not name because if the recording goes to them. So their children are married, grandchildren are married. Now she's thinking of great grandchildren. Thinking what she is doing her life, why she is wasting. So in this way, the entire earth becomes overpopulated, and thus suddenly there are reactions provoked by material nature in the form of war, famine, pestilence, and earthquake, etc. Thus, the entire population is again extinguished simply to be recreated. This process is explained in Bhagavad Gita as repeated creation and annihilation. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. Due to lack of Krishna consciousness, all this creation and annihilation is going on under the name of human civilization. This cycle continues due to man's lack of knowledge of soul and the supreme personality of God. So very heavy explanation. And uh, There is a big purport, so we'll not go. We'll take questions. Uh, yes, Shambhavi.
Hare Krishna,
Arvind, Pro, you
Prabhuji.
also had some question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, you told that
Shambhavi.
Prarabdhas is a like a go down, and whatever sins we carry for a lifetime is Putam or Bijam, Prabhuji.
It is, this is bijam mother, like it's not one seed won't give us reaction. It is a combination of certain like say, if I enjoyed gulab jamun, I want to enjoy gulab jamun. So now that one desire will not create one full lifetime, so the combination of it. But so this bijam is sense, it's a combination of certain activities. Kutam is like it's a like from go down to come to retail shop, little bigger but not everything. So it, from here it comes to kutam level. So there is another heap is made from the go down, and then this is bijam is for this lifetime. These all things will come this lifetime, and whatever came, that is prarabdha, which already fructified. But some more things are there, like say, now what type of pleasure and pain you have to get in future, that is all in the seed form, and they are fructifying, which already came, like the body you got, the children and husband and all the in-laws and mother, these all we already got it. So this is the prarabdha. So like that,
So from Aprarabdha to Prarabdha, it will get burnt when you come to devotional service.
all everything will be burnt, but only thing is the needle is small, that's why
That's
it is not burning.
mm, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Kalan bro, you had some question. Oh no, bro, you left. Okay. Any other questions, comments? Okay, thank you. Okay, one more question. Yes, Janvi Mataji.
It's me, Prabhu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm using my friend's phone. Yeah, you said the needle is small. What is that needle?
Our intensity of practice.
Uh-huh. So, but once you have decided to take up bhakti, right?
Yeah,
With pure faith, I mean,
yeah.
then all this prarabdha karma is burnt, isn't it? Even despite your level of intensity of
Now,
faith.
what actually happens? This part, uh, first three will be burnt. Aprarabdha, Kutam and Bijam will go, but Prarabdha will remain. In that Prarabdha part also, some things uh, will be there. It will also go, but you will find some of the things are affecting us. Like we can see that our nature and all these things, they are affecting us some things. So that is, intensity is less. If you are more intensely doing, immediately that will also change.
But I'm
It's
trying
a
to
matter of
reconcile.
time.
Uh
It's a matter of time
huh.
how much intensely we are doing.
Yeah, but I'm trying to reconcile that with something else that I thought I heard or understood, which is that the prarabdha karma, just like our bodies, right, that we have currently,
Yeah.
they isn't it that they look like prarabdha karma, but it's actually not really. Technically, it's not prarabdha because Krishna has taken charge of everything, even our prarabdha karma. So it's not actually prarabdha, technically, no? Isn't it?
We can call like that because prarabdha basically is what I have, uh, what I deserve, that I got. That is what is prarabdha. Prarabdha means whatever you deserve, you got it. So you deserved this type of body, you got it. That's what is prarabdha. Now you say I didn't deserve only this.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
No, but because it's for the devotee of pure faith, right? All karma is now under Krishna's jurisdiction. Not It's not under the law of karma. We don't have, let's say,
In karma, two things are there. One is the reaction part, and
yeah,
one which you already got it. So which you are going to get, that is Krishna's control, but you already got na something. So you cannot say prarabdha basi. What is the meaning of prarabdha? Means whatever you deserve. So now you got the body because you deserved that body, you got it. And
yeah,
now what is happening is the charge of the further whatever happens, that is in Krishna's control, like that. So it's not under prarabdha. Now the control is with Krishna. That's all. See, everything in this world is only controlled by Krishna only, either directly or indirectly. You tell Krishna, you take care of me. Krishna says, fine with me. Then you will not. Then you will say there is no karma for him because Krishna is taking charge. If you say no, no, I will manage myself, then Krishna says, okay, anyway, that also I have to manage. Then he indirectly manages with law of karma. So that is so simple. Like child is taken care by the like king is taking care of his children and king is taking care of the subjects. So one, he applies laws and everything for the subjects in the kingdom, and
mm-hmm.
for his personal the children in this home, he personally takes care. He every day talks, takes care this. But for the citizens, he may not be able to do it. He applies certain laws and he says, okay, you will be provided water, you will be provided this, and you do any mistakes, you will get punishment. You do good things, you get rewarded and all. But some citizens, somebody comes and directly goes to the king, who is very generous. He says, I want to be under you directly. He says, okay, come and stay with me. So Krishna is like that. We are all his children. We say, I want to be with you. Krishna says, okay, I will take care of you. So it's just if just saying to Krishna that I want to be under you. When you are chanting with that pure devotional faith, means basically you are telling to Krishna, I want to be under you. I don't want to be under
Yeah,
independent. Krishna says, okay, that's all. So there is no karma in that sense. So if you
yeah.
see, technically there is no karma because Krishna is saying, I will take charge. So
That's my
and
point.
rules
So
may not change.
no,
Rules may not
yeah,
change.
yeah. Krishna's taking charge, but that is why, let's say, the bodies that we have right now would not, because Krishna has taken charge. That's why it would not technically be called prarabdha karma, because
See,
it's uh,
what is the meaning of prarabdha? Word prarabdha.
but that which has already manifest. Like I already have this body, right?
And
It,
another understanding of prarabdha means what you deserve. Like you deserve to get, you deserve to be born in America. Now, can you change it?
no, but what I'm saying is that uh
Now, can you change that? You cannot change.
no,
You
no,
already
no,
got it.
no, no. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that there's karma that is a reaction due to the law of karma, right?
Yeah.
It is no longer, I no longer have this body due to the law of karma. I have this body because Krishna has decided that I should maintain this body only, not because of the law
Yeah.
of karma. And because it's not dictated by the law of karma, it's dictated by Krishna instead. For that reason, I'm saying it would not be called prarabdha karma, because prarabdha karma is distributed by the law of karma, not by Krishna.
Ah, see, which you are going to get in future, na, that will be decided by Krishna. Which you already got, you cannot change. Which you have to get. Now, can you change? You are born in America. Now, can you change it? You cannot change. You already got it. Now, what you have to get in future, that Krishna will change. So, that is what is in that is whatever we are. That is the option we have now. We say now, Krishna, enough is enough. Now you take care. Krishna says, okay, fine. So like we messed up things and then we go to mother. Oh, I messed up, now you handle it. You started try to cook something and you didn't able to do and you messed up, go to mother and says, right, now you handle it. Mother says, okay, fine, we'll change it. So like that we messed up, and then after many lifetimes we realize it's not going to work. Go to Krishna and says, now you take care. Krishna says, okay, fine. See, it is only your, it is only the terms which you and I, we are accepting the same thing, that Krishna is taking charge. Only thing is the word prarabdha you are using in a different way. I am using in a different way. That's all. I am telling prarabdha means whatever we deserve, we got it. You cannot change it. But something which we have to get, that is also prarabdha of this life, that will be changed by Krishna if he wants. Like that. That's all. So
Mm-hmm.
you cannot say that. Uh, Now, see what another understanding is, like for a pure devotee, the body is not anymore material, it becomes spiritualized because it is engaged completely in Krishna's service. So then you cannot say this is prarabdha body because this is a spiritual body now, like that. So that is also understanding. So when you get to prarabdha, you get a material body. Now you have spiritualized, like the Goswamis and all. Why we tell them that's not a material body? Not that it is not made of Panchamahabhutas. It is also made of earth, water, fire only. But why it is spiritual? Because it is engaged in Krishna's service, like prasadam. Prasad is made of Panchamahabhutas only. Na? There is, if you have prasad, it's also earth, water, fire, air, ether.
Mm.
But why it is prasadam? Because it is in touch with Krishna, so it becomes spiritualized. So, because everything is Krishna's energy only, if you engage in Krishna's energy, it becomes spiritualized. So, our body also, now it was prarabdha, but if you engage in Krishna's service, this body is no more like material, it becomes spiritualized because it is now Krishna. So that's why we wash the feet of the Brahmanas and take the water on their head and our head, because they are now spiritual personalities, like that. So it is no more prarabdha in the sense that it is not any material body. No, it's a spiritual body. So in that way, whatever you are saying is right only.
Like
It is no more a
you're
prarabdha
saying here,
body.
like iron rod and fire is like fire, like that thing you're saying with the.
Means it is spiritualized body because it is engaged in Krishna service now, like that.
Mm. Well, frankly, what the analogy that I was thinking of, which you have heard also, is the one where somebody has a car and
Purchase a car.
yeah, like that.
So that's what. So the point here is that not that now the car owner changed, but car didn't change, na. The
Yeah,
owner
that's
is
my
Krishna
thing.
now. So now our body, we are telling Krishna, no, you handle. Because owner changed, that does not mean my body is not made of Panchamahabhutas. It is also made of earth, water, fire, air, ether only, na. What changed
Yeah,
then? Only the owner changed.
but
So
because the
if
owner
owner
changed, that's
changes,
why
you can.
that's why I'm saying that it would no longer be called corrupt karma. That's why I'm saying that, because just because the owner changed.
See, but how did you get this body? How did you get birth in America? Because of Krishna or Prarabdha?
Prarabdha.
That means you already, whatever you got it only, na? That is Prarabdha only. Now you already got through Prarabdha. So what you have to get in future, that is not Prarabdha, because that Krishna decides. But whatever you got already, you got it.
You
Can you
see,
now change your birth from America to India?
no, but that's only because
That
I
means,
will maintain my American birth, but only because Krishna has decided that that should not change. If he wanted to change it, then he would change. No, he
you
would.
can
Yeah.
change your passport, but you cannot change your
No, I
birth.
mean, like we don't burn up our prarabdha.
There one understanding of prarabdha is which you already deserve, you already got it. You cannot change which you already got, na. That is the
Mm.
point. Only the quality can be changed. See, now if I am born in America, I am not be considered as a very high birth in terms of Vedic culture. But
Mm-hmm.
now you took to Krishna consciousness. Now you can be considered a high. You can be. You are qualified to perform even Vedic sacrifices. That's what
Mm-hmm.
Devoti says. So,
Mm-hmm.
no Stopacham Varishta. So he, you can, you are qualified to perform now because your birth is not a disqualification for you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
In now, it's not in terms of, it's in terms of consciousness. You have elevated your consciousness, which is a restriction, but you have elevated because you are the highest thing. So that is the point here. Not that you have changed your birth, you have changed your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That means now you are no more unqualified. Now, actually, according to your birth, you are not qualified. Women and who are not born in a very high birth, they are not qualified. But now
Mm-hmm.
you are qualified because you have taken to Krishna consciousness. So that is how it is changing, not the not your physical things. That is there. Consciousness level, you are no more considered as a low birth or other things like that. So in that way, prarabdha is changed, but not in terms of the physical thing. It is a subtle thing that is changed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, certainly you are, previously you are not qualified, now you are qualified. But now also you cannot do because your prarabdha don't allow you to do, because your body and your birth will not allow you. They will not consider you for doing yajna, but you are qualified.
Mm-hmm.
So because you are in a female body and you are born in a male body, you cannot do yajna. But you are qualified now. Previously, you are not qualified because you are not qualified because of prarabdha. But now your prarabdha changed. Now you are qualified. So that is the main difference.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah, I'm there's something still bothering me, but I'll just have to think about it. But yes,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
thank you very much. Yeah, I'll review what you said. Mhm.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Thank you all very much.